Hey everyone, we are happy to continue to provide you with the most exciting news from Hollywood in the new year 2023. Besides the departure of an actor from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, we report on the second season of House of the Dragon, a statement from Daniel Craig about his successor as James Bond, and the started casting for the lead roles of a Gladiator sequel. We also answer who would win in a fight between horror doll Annabelle and her technical counterpart, M3GAN. The first James Bond movie was released in 1962, and over the decades, many generations have been treated to a total of 27 movies. Almost everyone knows at least one movie from the franchise, and of course, most Bond fans have their favorite actor for the lead role. Daniel Craig played Agent 007 for many years, but since the last movie, No Time to Die from 2021, it is clear that a new actor will slip into the world-famous role in the future. There has been a lot of speculation over the past year, and a couple of names have come up frequently in countless discussions, including Tom Hiddleston, Idris Elba, Tom Hardy, and even The Witcher star Henry Cavill. In an interview with Josh Horowitz, Daniel Craig has now explicitly talked about his successor. In response to a question from Horowitz about whether he had heard of the rumors about kick-ass actor Aaron Taylor Johnson as James Bond, the 54-year-old replied that he doesn't follow rumors on social media. While Craig's answer was rather evasive, he did not deny the current rumor either, and said that he was looking forward to seeing a new actor on the big screen. Prior to this interview, there were reports that Taylor Johnson had already met with producers Barbara Broccoli and her colleague Michael G. Wilson. The two are said to have been very taken with Taylor Johnson, and there is no real evidence of this yet. After all, the 32-year-old will also star in Kraven the Hunter, is a native Brit, and thus meets the most essential requirement to be cast as James Bond. How much truth there is to these reports remains to be seen. In any case, there won't be a new movie before 2025, which is why those responsible can still take their time with their decisions. Gladiator, from the year 2000, is one of the most popular historical films ever. Especially the two main actors, Joaquin Phoenix and Russel Crowe, gave the film that special something thanks to their performances, which is why people have been asking for a sequel for a long time. Director Ridley Scott announced back in 2021 that the script for a continuation had long been written, meaning that filming could likely start this year. Casting for the main roles is currently underway, as the reliable site Puck News reports. The story in the original is about the General Maximus, who is supposed to succeed the dying Emperor Marcus Aurelius. However, Aurelius' son Commodus gets in the way and wants to have Maximus and his family murdered. When Maximus is eventually enslaved, he finds himself in the gladiatorial arena and vows revenge against Commodus. As of yet, nothing is known about the plot of the second part, but a return of Russel Crowe is unlikely following the death of Maximus at the end of the first film. Rumors have it that the sequel will revolve around Spencer Treat Clark's character Lucius, but this is also a mere speculation. We are looking forward to further news. Who is your favorite to play the lead role, and which character from the original would you like to learn more about? Let us know in the comments. Gerard Johnstone's horror film M3GAN just hit theaters on January 6th. The content is about a killer doll developed by scientist Gemma with artificial intelligence in order to help her niece. The latter has only recently become an orphan and is supposed to form an emotional bond with the doll. Needless to say, the idea backfires, and M3GAN develops far too strong of a protective instinct towards her protege, which eventually results in deaths. In late December, Entertainment Weekly wondered what a clash between M3GAN and another creepy doll could look like. The talk is of Annabelle, who first appeared in director James Wan's 2013 horror film The Conjuring. Wan, Jason Blum, Gerard Johnstone, and Allison Williams, who stars in M3GAN, provide the answers. Both Williams and Wan wouldn't bet against M3GAN because, as an artificial intelligence, it likely has some aces up its sleeve. Director Gerard Johnstone, on the other hand, would rather put his money on Annabelle, since she is a demon, which also matches the opinion of horror producer Jason Blum. Another obvious battle is much easier to predict: M3GAN versus Chucky. The murder doll Chucky from the cult franchise probably wouldn't stand a chance against M3GAN, Blum emphasized in conclusion. Obviously, M3GAN should not be underestimated, and we are eager to find out how the finished movie will be received by the audience. The prequel series House of the Dragon, which takes place almost 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones, will be continued with a new season in the near future. Information about the second season has been scarce. However, House of the Dragon writer and producer Sarah Hess has now spoken to the US magazine Variety about the plans of those in charge for the first time. Especially those who know the extensive book series by George R.R. Martin will be familiar with Blood and Cheese, as the storyline is one of the most gruesome and, as the name suggests, bloodiest moments in the Game of Thrones universe. As Hess confirms, the finale of the storyline will also be the finale of the second season, and thus, comparable to the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones Season 3, will be a violent way to kick off the waiting period until the next season. In terms of plot, the story revolves around the two assassins Blood and Cheese. After a significant death in Season 1, which also triggers the infamous war called Dance of the Dragons, the two are hired by the Blacks to take revenge. The target of the two, Alicent Hightower's son, who is set to ascend the throne from now on. Since the two are extremely skilled killers, anyone on their list is almost certain to die. Hess stresses that fans of the original will not be disappointed and that they are currently working on the final touches of the season finale. Filming on Season 2 of House of the Dragon will begin this March, and the premiere is scheduled for 2024 on HBO Max. At the end of November, the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was released on Disney Plus just in time for Christmas. The nearly 45-minute film includes a special appearance by US actor Kevin Bacon, as well as almost all of the important characters in the film series. As we now know, this was the penultimate MCU film overall for ex-WWE star Dave Bautista, who plays Drax. He disclosed this in an interview with GQ, where he was very grateful for his participation in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, and at the same time revealed how exhausting the makeup procedure had been every time. Besides, Bautista is not getting any younger, and in his mid-50s, it is becoming increasingly difficult to stay as fit as he needs to be for the role of Drax. He wants to devote himself to more serious roles in the future, saying he loved playing Drax, but doesn't want to make that role his legacy. In doing so, he differs from his former WWE colleague Dwayne Johnson, who plays rather unidimensional roles, and is so successful with them that he was temporarily the highest-paid Hollywood star ever. In the future, we will see more of Bautista in roles such as Glossu Raban in Dune or Duke Cody in the recently released Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. Bautista, by the way, is not the only one to say goodbye to the MCU after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. As is already suspected, some Guardians will die on screen in the upcoming film, thus paving the way for the respective actors to move on to other projects. In addition, the movie will also be the last MCU feature from director James Gunn, who has been head of DC Studios since November. Unrelated to Bautista's interview, a new image was recently released showing some characters. You can see Dave Bautista as Drax, Palm Clementieff's Mantis, Chris Pratt's Star-Lord, and Karen Gillan's Nebula. What makes it special are the Guardians' new uniforms, which, since the events of the holiday special, serve a specific purpose and happen to look pretty cool, by the way. Don't miss the first trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 on our channel. The theatrical release is scheduled for May 5th, 2023. These were all the first news of the year. If you want to know how the MCU and DCEU will continue in the next few years, we recommend our preview of all upcoming superhero movies. We look forward to continue bringing you the best news every week.